Hey, what's good? It's your girl BippedByBae here at Ground 3 Radio, and you rocking with Mike on the mic.
Yo, what it do, family? It's your favorite host, Mike on the mic from the Vibe Perspective Podcast. Tapped in with my guys at Ground 3 Radio. DJ OK, man, we back at it again for another Vibe Style Wednesday and another series of interviews, man. Shout out to each and every one of my listeners. And make sure you take the time to like, comment, and subscribe, and share this video, man. We work super hard on these videos. Vibe Studios, the whole team, we outside. Like, we outside in different states. Here in the city, outside the city, everywhere we're working. So tap in, support, because we love it. You know what I'm saying? We want to get that love back to the people. People always give us love, so we want to show that back. You know what I'm saying? And, man, make sure you call in at 443-377-1872. Again, that number is 443-377-1872. We got an incredibly special guest in the building tonight. A woman who is working harder than all y'all, to be honest. She's working harder than all of y'all, and that's facts. Trust me, man. Whether she's managing, marketing, broadcasting, signing, making dope business moves, or anything. You've seen her around the city and beyond, and it is my pleasure to say that we got BippedByBae in the building. What up, sis?
What's good, Mike on the mic? Thanks for having me.
Come on, man. It's always a pleasure. I
told
you.
It's going to be the best interview I've ever done. Like, the accolades was on point.
Man, I appreciate you. I appreciate that energy because, you know, I'm going to make it as best as I can. And let's do that. Let's make it the best interview ever. Let's do that.
Yes, it's going to be. I'm going to give you the exclusive. Nobody got a better interview than him already.
No, I appreciate that, man. And, man, if you want to take some time to like and comment on some of the stuff she got and, you know, go and find the stuff she got going on in her life and everything that she doing, make sure you go over to the BippedByBae on IG. That's BippedByBae on IG as we go through the interview so you can match the woman to the work herself. And you're finally here. I think we had talked first at City of Gods. I think that was the Juneteenth event where we first connected. And, man, that was a day.
But I saw you at the anniversary, too.
That was the anniversary? Oh, yeah, you did see me at the anniversary. You're right.
And when we had it in the inside.
You're right.
We had T Savage, Too Raw.
Everybody
was there.
That was crazy.
Yeah, shout out to the guys over there.
Big shout out to City of Gods.
Philly.
Yeah, hell yeah.
My guy Snacks, that's the bro. They always call me, make sure they tap in.
For sure.
They support me for years. I love them. That's a family over
City
there.
of Gods is always show love. And they don't ask for nothing back. That's one of the things I love about them. Like, every time I go, it's always love. It's always like, yo, I just love what you're doing.
Yeah.
And it's like, bro, but y'all are doing so many huge things. So, shout out to them. I wish I could plug them for every episode.
I met a lot of great people at City of Gods. Like, a lot of people.
It's the hub.
Like, long-term relationships that I made there.
It's really like, I call it the Apollo. Like, before you go on Apollo, you rub the golden stump. Yeah. It's like the golden stump.
Like
everybody's been.
Like, I don't care how famous you get, you got to come back.
You got to come back.
Yep.
You got to come back. The history there is insane. But enough of City of Gods, because y'all can go back and watch my City of Gods interview, and Philly, and Miles, and Lil Snacks, and everybody, or whatever. But go back and tap in with those videos. What about you, BippedByBae, who are sitting in front of me? I gotta, start from the beginning. You know what I mean? I want to start from early life, like born and raised. I want to say Latrobe Projects. You got two younger sisters.
Yeah. Actually, I have four younger sisters.
Four younger sisters, okay.
Yeah, I'm hiding two sisters.
Hiding two sisters. See, that's the thing. You got, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You got to hide at least one or two of your sisters for sure.
You did the fact finding for sure. Yeah. I definitely am born and raised in Latrobe Projects. My mom moved me to West Baltimore. Stomped around on MSN, 2800, Franklintown. Yep, FTM squad.
Shout out Beast to Bully.
Yep, shout out Beast the Bully.
100 Grand Man.
100 Grand Man from the Jets. Actually, Sleepy hangs around
Sleepy
there
too.
I seen he made a bunch of rain show videos. On every video you ever seen on a rain shelf at Latrobe, I promise you that is my grandmother's house.
That's crazy.
Anyway, crazy. I don't know him personally, but I see him out and about. He gave me a great interview before. I seen him at the Stoner's table.
Yeah. A lot of weed in the air for that interview.
Yeah, you said I got two sisters. So I'm the oldest of four sisters, one brother. So I got two sisters. And I don't know if y'all know, but Big Rocket's my sister.
We're going to get to that too. But I knew that.
There's a lot of talent floating around in my family. My other sister, she's a nail technician. Shout out to her, Nail Clash on Instagram.
Yeah.
Wonderful nails. My other sister, she's just all around mom. And then I got a sister who does massage therapist.
Yeah.
She's at all of the events. You probably seen it and don't even know she's my sister, but shout out to her too.
No, for sure. She moves as much as you do.
They all do. Yes, they all do. We have our own thing. So you're like never going to catch us all in one area, never.
Yeah. So, I mean, with all of this talent, with all this energy in your family, your direct family, like how was that like growing up around like all of these personalities? I know that's like a test in and of itself.
Yeah, so my mom's a teacher. She's a supervisor at Catholic Charities. She worked for Catholic Charities for years and years and years. She's a Head Start teacher. Yeah. And then she grew from that. She tampered in Baltimore City. She didn't like it as much, came back and wanted to do the littler children. And just growing up around, actually, like, my mom was a manager. Nobody knows that. Like, my mom was an artist manager. She DJ. She had great relationships with different DJs. I won't say who, but I knew a lot of DJs growing up. And you know, I just chased the likelihoods of them. And K Swift, she's somebody that I forever
Rest
always
in peace,
give.
K Swift.
Yeah, forever. It's never gonna be another her. Like, she just paved the way for people like me. And you know, I watched the blueprints. And I was like, you know, I want to take it far, like, because I can.
Yeah, because you can.
You know, just I'm from here and I can do it. And somebody's done it before me, so it's believable. You know, it's not untouchable, not unrealistic.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. And I think that's one thing that I think isn't said enough. And I think we give our flowers to K Swift on the show a lot, but I think to say that, you know, to forget the idea that she really did pave the way, not just for like TV personalities, but young women in Baltimore, like specifically young black women who could be like, yo, like, she was on 106, like, she was like rubbing shoulders with MTV. She was like, she was doing so many huge things at a young age. She wasn't like 45. She was young. She was
fearless too.
You know what I mean?
Like, she, you know, got out there, got her feet wet, and she brought it back home, brought the resources back home, carried our name wherever she went, and it was amazing to watch. If you grew up in the Docs era, what? If you're an original Docs kid, shout out to all the original Docs kids. Today's kids will never know, okay? Sweaty, okay?
Super sweaty.
We didn't even smoke back then. We had so much fun. We didn't smoke. We didn't drink. We didn't do any of those things, and we had a great time.
An incredible time.
Nobody got hurt. Like, you know, there's a few things every now and again. I ain't saying it's perfect, but it was less to worry about.
Yeah, for sure. Definitely simpler times. And speaking of simpler times, I want to talk about, like, going to high school. I want to say City High School. Yeah. Had a little bit of trouble up there. City. You can talk just a little bit about that. You ain't got to get specific, but, you know.
A little bit. I was bad. I probably, like, I regret, like, not taking in as much from City because I knew the benefits of being a City Knight. You don't just get one certificate, no one diploma. You know, you get an IB World diploma. Yeah. You know, for nobody, I mean, some people that might not know what that is, International Baccalaureate. Yeah. And that's like a gold card. Yeah. Everywhere. Like, that's literally your pass in college. It matters. That alma mater, that ring matters. I wish I would have, like, embraced that. Yeah. But I made a lot of great relationships. A bunch of people who are in the entertainment world that I met back then, and I made great connections, and it's like a sister and brotherhood forever. Whether we fought, because I got put out a lot. Like, me and my squad, I was the squad that if you called one name, you called another name, and then my best friend's name, and we like, bro, we getting put out for sure today.
Oh, God.
I set fires in bathrooms. Like, Mr. Dawson, it was definitely me. You know, I'm older now, you know.
Is he finding out today?
Right, is he finding out today? I did it. You know, it was great. We looped it around. You know, I'm not going to tell kids how to do that, but it was great. We got, like, they hated us, like, because we were, like, for no reason, super bad. And it was, I think it wasn't that, not that I wasn't intrigued or, you know, locked into my grades or whatever, because I had great grades. That's what's crazy. But I never went to school. And I feel like I just didn't fit in. I never fit in. Yeah. So I feel like if I'll be bad, people want to be cool with me, because it didn't start that way. I promise you. It didn't start that way.
That's interesting.
I definitely got kicked out, and I went to alternative school. You know, I went to Baltimore Liberation Diploma Plus. I swear, we graduated like 12 of us in the class. At that point, I knew, like, you screwed up. Like, this is not cool. I didn't have... we had a prom, but there was, like, no big graduation. We don't have, like, reunions. That school doesn't even exist no more. So, like, City, I'm going to be at the tailgate this year.
Oh, for sure.
I'm going to be there. City
I might
Poly,
be there. I ain't
City
even going
forever. City forever. They know it's good. Poly, you know it's good.
No, for sure. Yeah. I was definitely on the City side of the City Poly rivalry. I went to Woodlawn, but, like, I didn't really have a fight in the race, but I was like, I fuck with people from city more. It's crazy because just off of relationships, I was like, I always locked in with somebody from city randomly. It never was planned.
There's some bosses that come out of city high school for sure.
Big facts.
2011, 2012, 2010. What's up?
Oh yeah, for sure. That's the power years. This is Trinity for sure. And I want to talk about around that time, right? So like, that leads to, in my mind, John Casablanca modeling, right? So I want to talk to you about like getting your feet wet in terms of modeling, because I think throughout this whole story, we're going to be talking about a lot of things you are good at, because there are a lot of things you are good at, and a lot of things you have delved into as a kid, adult, up and coming adult. And one of the things that I noticed that played a big role in your life was modeling. And I mean, if I'm not mistaken, you were like a tomboy as a kid.
I was.
So like,
I was.
How does that fit in? Tell me how like modeling, but coming from being like a tomboy and then like.
I don't know. I don't know where I had the sense to just like want to just hearing people say you look like a doll, or I'm like, for real, like you for real. I'm out here fighting boys too. Like I fought a lot of boys growing up, like. So I just defended my cousins and stuff. They're like, you're a girl, like chill out. Like, like I said, I'm from the project, so it's like it's up there,
It's up.
So like, I just wanted to tap into like a softer girly side. As I got a little older, I started hanging around the pretty girl clique. They started liking me, I started coming into my own. And then one day I just had an idea to like, look, Ma, like I'm messing up in school, but I really want to model. I feel like it can take me places for real. Like I went to John Casablanca, I got in it. Not that tall, so definitely not runway. But I got into like speaking. I got into commercial, part of it, and my walk-in was always A1. But like I said, like I don't know. I stopped somewhere. I don't even know what made me stop. I just started chasing the streets a little bit more, and I fell out of my dream, and but I've always modeled. That's what people don't know. I've always modeled. I modeled, like I said, I was around the Docks era, so we had like, the guy Midnight, Daryl Barber, shout out to him, DJ Midnight.
We'll get to that a little bit.
Yeah, like I have friends like, Prince the Barber,
we'll get to that too.
They really like shaped and molded me. Like we was in White Mars taking pictures. We was getting chased from every mall because like they were so.
Think you're reading my notes, huh?
No, like you really got you gotta understand like this has been something that I've always done.
Yeah. No, for sure. And I'm not kidding when I say I think you're reading my notes, because that's the next 3 lines I was going to say. I'm just going to read it out because you already said it, so I'm just going to repeat.
He did some digging, y'all.
So
he is digging.
I was going to talk about that point in time. I shout out DJ Midnight, White Boy CEO, Prince the Barber. They ran Team Fresh Entertainment, Go Hard Entertainment.
He's making my whole day.
Man, Midnight, and I do want to give Midnight his flowers though, because he was probably one of the first to do like modeling events at showcases.
One of
the
youngest non-creepy guys.
Yeah, real shit though. I mean,
leading a pack of women.
Like, all of that. And I think that deserves like credit, because if we talk about being an entrepreneur, we talk about being a boss, getting a bag, but like being that young, being that influential, and doing it at that level is like unheard of for a lot of people. And I think he really set the tone we see that now, but that was only because you have a blueprint of all of the young bosses that did it early, shutting down White Mars.
We took over every VFW post. Okay?
Real talk.
Peaceful partying days. I swear, we made a lot of money as kids back then.
Oh man, simpler times, right?
Yeah.
I mean, but that perfectly segues into sort of like being out in front of people and getting into events and sort of the party promoter phase of your life, right? Where you're promoting events, you're doing like hosting King of Baltimore battles. I want to say many people started to see you in the host light at that moment. Some people already knew, right? But I think people really started to like take you seriously in this realm of being a host. And I think that's important because KOB is a different animal, right? Yeah. Like KOB isn't, as a host myself, like being at KOB.
So it's like they gave me a chance to just be a face and be a part of it. We collected the money, like me and my friends, like we did a bunch of stuff. Look, those guys, listen, CJ from Takeover.
Shout out Takeover.
I got like so many different names. They didn't name me all types of stuff, but like they really had some togetherness. Like it was something to look forward to after school, and you know, it was like having an after school program without having an after school program.
Facts.
You know, if you didn't be good in school, you can't come outside. So that means you can't go meet with them out.
Facts.
That was like then Skateland, taking over Skateland, Putty Hill, Skateland. Like,
man,
you guys would never know. Like
man, Skateland. Oh my God.
Some of the best venues ever. Throw a party without knowing. Letting
Lord.
people know you throwing a party. It was crazy.
It used to be jumping up Skateland.
What?
Oh my God.
Yes, it did.
Jesus.
The lines were ridiculous.
Was insane. Like Wayne came in
saying.
town or something. Like you would think a big name celeb. No, it's just like we getting lit. We getting turned.
That was just
kids.
off of building up credibility and just something that everybody don't do now. Street promo. Like we had a street team. Like we were literally had shirts running around with TFE on it. And we were putting flyers on, you feel me? On cars and stuff like that, and just building it up before Instagram.
Before
famous.
That's important.
Like,
that is important.
I'm gonna do a segment one day, like, where are they now? Before Instagram. Like,
no, facts.
Yeah,
I think that's so lost because I think, you know, people that come up now, younger kids who are getting into this realm of entertainment, this realm of parties, etc., they really do not understand the grind you had to do before social media. Like, we had a Facebook, right?
Yeah.
Like, we had a... What I mean, depending on how old you are, you got, like, Black Planet and shit. Like, I mean, I wasn't on it, but...
I mean...
That was the thing, though. It was like, you didn't really have any of these realms you have now.
Nope.
If you think about it, it's so much easier to get your party out, your event out, your promo out, your marketing out, your etc., your artist out.
It's almost like cheating.
It's cheating.
You don't even have to talk to people. People be hiding behind IG. You don't even know who you purchasing.
You have no clue. It's just a floating egg.
It is. I like people meeting. That's why when you see me out and about, like, I'm a little standoffish because I don't know people. I know them from Instagram.
Yeah.
These are my friends. Like, no, for real. Like, this is a business. These are really my friends, and we are at work.
Real talk. Yeah,
no,
we here
real.
to get this bag. And I think that's really important because, like, before you have social media, that gives you the skills to be able to know how to talk to people. That gives you the skills to be able to know what works and what doesn't in terms of marketing.
Yeah.
Like, that puts you in the grinder. So now when you have social media, that's easy. Now I know. I already got the plan in my mind. I ain't got to write it down. I know exactly how I'm gonna market this entire thing.
Yeah.
So big shout out to you because that is very difficult to do. I will say.
Thank you.
I do have to step back a bit because I think at the top of the show I referred to you as BippedByBae, and but I think your name is rarely discussed of how it actually came into being. So shout out to D-Boy the Dome. You were originally a hairstylist, right?
Yeah.
So like you were making wigs and selling eyelashes like hand to hand. And I think
a little bit of other stuff in between.
A little bit of other stuff in between. I ain't gonna get into that. But shout out to D-Boy because like I think
D-Boy.
He had a lot to do with the name because if I'm not mistaken, like you did hair of someone that he knew, and he always would say, "Oh, that shit is Bipped."
Yep.
And he always called you Bae as a nickname.
Yep.
So then it became, oh, that was BippedByBae.
Yeah, Bae bipped me. Bae bipped you.
Bae bipped you.
I was like, that's dope. Say that again.
And the rest is history.
History.
You know what I mean?
Put it on papers. Fast. It just sound like money.
Yeah,
like,
yeah, for sure.
Every cent's money. So shout out to D-Boy the Dome.
Shout out D-Boy the Dome, man.
I just actually seen him at the Windsor.
That's crazy.
He knows. I give him all of the, like, because I never would have thought of that.
Yeah.
Because originally, I was, under, shadowing Tea Time Management, and I was pretty for some time. So it jumped from that to BippedByBae. Yeah. And then, like, it's money. Like, that's it.
No, for sure. And I think he is important in this story as well, right? Because, like, this kind of is where the PR kind of starts creeping into your story, right? Like, hairstyling originally was a really difficult, it still is to this day, it's a really difficult career to be in. And I think at that time, it wasn't taking off as fast as you would want it to. So because of that, you kind of started finding new lanes to get to it, right?
Yeah, I'm not really a popular girl per se. Like, like most girls that you see with an elevated hair platform, like It's something they built up, they likability. It's more so a popularity contest. So I was like, let me go find something else to do. Because it's 1,000,001. Like, y'all know all the great hairstylists in Baltimore, but like, I wasn't trying to compete. Like, it's just more so a skill. Some way, I know how to make a few dollars. That's it. Never taking it serious. I promise.
No, for sure. And I think because of that, like, where does D-Boy play? And I know the story, but where does D-Boy play in terms of you taking PR serious and like seeing his work with the camera and his production skills and beyond? Tell us about that.
He will make you a job if you don't have one. Let's just start there, okay?
That's
D-Boy will make you a job if you don't have one. If you want to hang around him, listen, you got to do something because he shoots his own videos, produces, he wrote the song, he probably engineered it, he done did the treatment. He don't need nobody to do anything, okay? I'm saying this man run and gun his own shit. Like, how do you record your own run? He don't know. He don't care. He gonna figure it out. And just shadowing him in Atlanta and I'm like, this is cool, bro. Like, who does all of this stuff for you? Nobody. He like, the best advice he gave me, best advice. You want something done right? You do it yourself.
You do it yourself.
And I was like, you know what? I want to help because I want to be a part of something that's probably going to be history, like
real talk
history. So I already knew him prior from songs because he got great songs. He got things that been real viral. Talk. We were talking about viral moments
before viral was
a thing. This guy know how to go viral. He know how to make. He know how to make artists. And then when I start to hang around him, I'm like, okay, I'm hearing. Oh, he's responsible. I don't want to say fully responsible for the Creek Boys.
Real talk.
Their likelihood, PR work.
Very important.
Very fact. Shout out to Turk. He did it. I just saw him and D-Boy together. So look at that. Years and years of relationship and building. And you can tell who still listens. And who still leads, and who's following. Because the Creek Boys have been able to even individually stay on for years. Like, they've hit the big screen, MTV. They have their own stuff going on.
Incredible
work. And it started with great PR work.
Yeah.
And when I learned the name of what it was, I just started doing it. I started doing it like, this look cool. Like, and I never could put a price on it. Now, that's something that...
Facts.
That's something that, like, probably, like, what? We talking about money spent. But the returns is coming, though. So
no, 100%. I think you have to put that early work and that foundational work so that the money is going to come tenfold in the future, right? Yeah. And just to talk about that a little bit, I mean, and shout out to Creek Boys, too. I can't forget, that was one of our first interviews in this studio.
Oh, yeah?
That was, man... incredible people, and
they got so much energy. I love them.
Love them, man. It's never a dull moment.
We need another Baltimore anthem. Like, they made us so proud.
No, 100%.
So proud.
100%. And I mean, like, in terms of Baltimore legends, in terms of good PR work, really making people into the stars they are. I mean, like, you've rubbed shoulders with so many legends, right? Like,
Boss Man.
Like, Boss Man. You've been in the studio with Boss Man.
I've been in the
which is
studio with Boss
2 seconds. Not many people have been in the studio with Boss Man.
I didn't know it was that serious
like,
at first. Like,
seriously.
It was serious business.
Yeah.
I even did, like, some BTS for them before.
Yeah. Like, how many people can say they did that?
Not a lot. Not a lot of women.
True. That's an even
they don't
smaller
let you
group.
guys in, and it was just like, oh, she cool, like she like sis for real, and they start teaching me, and I'm like, learning, soaking all this stuff in, and then I'm like, you talking about longevity? Just because you don't see these guys, look, they are working overseas, they working, they around the country.
Yeah, facts.
And it started right here.
Right here.
So I'm just blessed to have had so much influence like that rubbed shoulders with me.
Facts.
It rubbed
Holy
off
Shalom,
on me.
like
Holy Shalom.
Man, Louis from Wolfgang.
Holy Wolfpack Louis.
Shout Wolfpack.
The way I met Holy Shalom is so funny. So
tell the story. Tell us.
We went to Ben's Chili Bowl in DC. Okay.
Big shout out Ben's Chili Bowl. I went to Howard, so I've been there a lot.
Okay. So I know you went to Howard. But you went to Ben. So
all the time.
Food was so good. So
slamming.
But they didn't expect a bus full of 30 people.
Oh, of course not.
And at the time, I was studying T-Time management. I'm her assistant at first. She was managing in PR. So I learned from her after D-Boy to Dome. So, I saw him and he was like having a hard time on the bus. He got the dancers. I'm talking about they had it lit. This was a real music video. We traveled from Baltimore to DC like partying, okay? Partying. All the girls look good. They look great. A couple other people on the bus. And he just, when we got off the bus, he was having a hard time with his food, you know. And mind you, I'm there to help tea time. I'm her assistant. Mm-hmm. So it was, because these are her friends too. She put me on the bus. These are her friends, okay? Yeah. So she's like, look, Bipp, these my high profile clientele. Don't embarrass me, okay?
Real talk,
I'm like, I'm not. Like, what did I do? She like, I'm just saying. I'm like, all right, you know, I'm cool. So we got off the bus. Everything was like crazy ordering. They not ready for 30 people. We sit down. The trash is crazy, okay? Mind you, I don't pick up trash and I don't work at Ben's Chili Bowl. But I thought it was important to like get all our mess.
Facts.
And not leave like a ghetto impression, because we from Baltimore and I just got my first shot. Tea time is freaking out. You is not the help. Don't do that. Oh my God, don't do that. You're pretty. You are here for model purposes. No, put the trash down. Like, she lost it. But it's like, it paid off in the long run, because boom, once again, another long-term relationship. You know, and that was a minute ago. Like, I don't even remember how long that was ago, but I just always remember that moment, because he like, look, shorty, like, I ain't gonna lie, I don't even know you, but that was cool as hell. Like, I'm gonna break you off something. And then I was saying,
interesting.
I can get paid for doing this shit. Are you serious?
Yeah.
Cha-ching.
That clicked right
Click.
now.
Like, I'm getting paid from now on, all right?
No, for sure. The rest is history, right? Like, it's so crazy. Like, and that is important, these early moments. I think that's also a gem. I think we're going to cover so many gems. We already did like 4 of them within the last 10 minutes, but that was a gem, right? Like, I think someone who is coming up in this industry, someone who's coming up even as an assistant, even as something below an assistant, right? Like, you make impressions with everything you do. And it makes it really makes an impression when you're able to, you know, be a servant or like help in ways that people don't think you can help. Yeah. You know, and I think people lose sight of that a lot of times. They don't think that like, oh, because I'm not hired for X, I can't do X, Y, and Z. Yeah. And it's like, no, I'm a testament to that. Like, I'm always at events, like making sure that I'm like greeting people who don't get talked to. I'm always like, you know what I'm saying? I want to make sure I'm extending myself such that, you know, I make a good impression on everybody I meet, because who knows who that person is that's in the back of the crowd that nobody talked to, that nobody's seen, that possibly could employ you for a job next week, let alone next year, right? So I think that's a gem, and, you know, of course, big shout out to you for being that servant early, and I think that paid off up until literally right now.
I still do that now, even though they got this whole big Bipp accolade, because I promise you I don't make these accolades and these names up myself. I'm the god. I'm all types of stuff. They call me that stuff on the internet, and I didn't know I was that serious to people, and it's because I help people.
Oh, you are. Yeah.
I did not know how important the girl that gets a glass of water could be to a struggling artist
100%.
Who nobody is rolling the red carpet out to, that nobody is making feel good about themselves and all the money they spent to be on this show.
100%.
Nobody's paying attention because they're not the headliner. Those are my friends. Yep. Those are my friends and my paying clients as well. But you know, I didn't know how important that person was, and I see that now because I have people who help me and aid me in my journey. I'm a mom. I'm a single mom of 4 kids. I got PR, Morgan. You know, like she helps me in my professional and my personal, because if my personal off, my professional damn sure gonna be off. You know, so I have people who guide me. I don't do none of this by myself. Don't you never think I'm a one band.
Oh, for sure.
I used to be a one man band. Not no more. Like, it's levels to this, and I want to be at the greatest level. So I need all of the help, just like I provide the help for other people, and that's why I continue to do it. No matter what level I get to, I'm gonna always help somebody else get up.
Yeah, for sure.
Like.
No, 100%. That's a gem again. I can't.
Yes. Take that from this. Help somebody else. It's not gonna take you longer to get where you're going. Boom. If you help somebody else, it's not. It don't gotta be like that.
Yeah,
you know,
facts.
like what's for you is for you. And
it's
when I learned that, start over helping people. You know, I'm gonna be BippedByBae. I'm gonna come into myself. I didn't wake up and have a dream to be a model, and then I didn't manifest these things to. Be afraid of somebody making it but for me, because guess what? Slow and steady win a race sometimes.
That's a bar. That's a bar. Okay. We back on the timeline now.
Yeah, let's get on it.
That was a bar. I want to start talking about your management roles a bit, because I think now we're piecing the puzzles together, right? Like we're getting from like early life to modeling to, you know, this PR, and now we're into management now. Because I think all of these things line themselves up perfectly for you to be as good of a manager as you are today. But I want to start early when you first began managing. I think Wando HD was your first project. Got Wando on stage for the first time. I think that must have felt incredible. First of all, as a manager, really getting into this space.
From the same neighborhood.
You know what I mean?
Of course.
Like, what did that feel like from your perspective? Like, being in that seat to be able to make that happen. How did that feel?
I felt like I might have like not like I'm a superhero now. Like maybe I saved somebody from being killed outside on the street, because these are my street friends.
Yeah.
And they have talents. And I'm like, bro, why you just stand on the corner then? Don't you want to come down here to Internationals to rap? Like, I mean, it's $10, but I'll pay for it. Yeah. I used to pay for my friend's slot sometimes. And it's because I just wanted them to come see what else people had going on outside the neighborhood. Because somebody showed me, and I didn't know it was this whole entertainment world. That didn't exist to you when you just on the block. I'm like talking about being great. Absolutely not. You know, so I just, Wando HD, all those guys, Barry B.
Yep.
You know, Barry B, T-Mac, all of those guys, like, they just trusted me, and they just came down there. Didn't work out very long, because they like, "Bitch, we trying to get money now." I'm like, nigga, I didn't say I can get you signed. What I said was I had some opportunities down here. But they came, and they still locked in with, like, DJ Duke. Like, that's another long-term partnership I've had
Big shout out DJ Duke.
Years.
Also friend of the show.
Yeah. He's been incredible to me over these years. 4.5 years. I'm on radio. Radio 1,
we'll
92Q. Like, elevated. But it started at just managing my neighborhood friends.
Exactly. And I think, like, early on doing these things is really important, especially doing it for the people in your hood. Like, I always shout out Zone 18. Like, I had a few people from Zone 18 on my show purposefully because I know where we came from. And it's like, to know what it was like to grow up on those streets, to see what we saw, and then to still be alive today is insane. Like, I think the statistic, like, it was a region around Zone 18. I'm sure it's like this for everywhere, because my family grew up in Latrobe Projects, which is crazy. My grandmother's first house was in Latrobe Projects. We moved to Zone 18 in like Aiken Street area, right off Huffer Road. And what's crazy is there was a statistic about, like, the life expectancy for black men in that like, it wasn't even a big region. It was like a circle, and they had the Baltimore map, and my hood was in the middle of it. And it was like a 22% chance you're making it past 18, and it's like a 5 to 10% chance you're gonna make it beyond 21. And I'm like, bro, I'm a walking miracle. And if I know that there are people who are like me who came out of Zone 18, I have to put them on this platform.
Yeah, because you made it. You survived. You literally dodged bullets.
Like, legit. Literally
I promise
dodged bullets.
You dodged bullets.
Like,
okay, so
that matters.
You have to shine a light on those people. Nobody forgot you.
Yeah.
That is something major.
You
major. Cannot be from one of those areas and forget about people.
Yeah.
I'm not saying you got to go hang there. What I'm saying is you have to reach back. If there's some greatness there, go back 100%. And get it. Because what if nobody came and got you?
Yeah, exactly.
Where would you be?
And you got to remember that. I think if there's anything to take away from this interview, in addition to the great gems that BippedByBae is dropping every 2 seconds, it's definitely to always look back. Always pay that respect back to where you came from. Never forget where you came from, because what if it never happened for you? And I think, man, we could spend 3 hours on that topic alone. But to keep going, I mean, you did the Firefly event, Trapper Fest, which looked insane. And I know Trapper Fest was an entire thing.
It was. They asking for it bad.
I was about to say, can we expect it again?
I actually gave it over to my youngin, so 21 times. I gave my project to her because she helped me grow it. We did the Rich Dunk Lock. Shout out to $1 Billion Baby ENT. We did that at the 2 o'clock club together, me and her. I did the second one with Dyke God, Baltimore Bastard. And it I don't know where it came from. I just party bus. Like I said, I was around somebody, had a great idea. Tea time, did party buses all the time. And I was like, If I put artist plus stripper plus club, boom, that's a good time.
It's
right?
lit.
we met at the parking lot out security, filled the bus out. First one was amazing. When I tell you, I went with a stack of cash. Like, I had Chalk HD on that bus. I had everybody, even DJ Duke had to come be on the bus. You know, like everybody stopped there. And Wando, and the idea was just that whatever artist I was working with, I was going to shine a light on them. I was going to give them content, music video, all in one, and we was going to party.
Package.
It was the package called a Trapper Fest, Trap of the Year, you know. So I probably am going to launch that back up.
I'm just saying, if you do it again, I got to pull up. I got to pull up to that.
Yeah, you got to pull up.
I got to pull up to that.
You got to pull up.
You know what I mean?
You got to pull up.
Because it's going to be a movie, for sure. It's already was a movie, so I got to make a part 2. We got to do a sequel.
Yeah, no, for sure.
A trilogy, if you will.
For sure.
I
did 2 of them successfully, but like I said, it was a little idea. Like I said, once I build up my likelihood, which I think I have, I'll bring all of that stuff back. I just took a pause for a second, so like not on events, like just BippedByBae the brand for a second, like. Events be so much of a gamble. You lose, you gain, you lose, you gain.
Yeah, real shit.
You gotta pause sometimes. You gotta know when to not crap out. Like it's like gambling for real. You can't have a bad gambling habit.
No, for sure.
For real, I swear.
For sure. I think that's another thing nobody talks about really is like the riskiness of doing events and not knowing, even if you have a great marketing campaign. A lot of times your rollout be insane, impeccable.
Flyers be incredible.
And you really just can't call it because it might be something the day of the show. That might influence everything of how the crowd comes out, how they react, if they're even willing to party. Yeah. There's so many things that go into that, but that's a different show for a different day. You got to be for that show. I'll have you on for that show so you could,
yes, helping you guys save money daily.
But a couple acts that you manage currently, like you said, Chocolate Rocket. Big shout out, Big Rocket. Your sister, who is an incredible artist, incredible rapper. So much talent. Like you said, it's so much talent that came out of your house. I believed it because I saw it with my own research. But, I want to talk about sort of how is it, having an artist that is actually related to you? Like, what is that? Like, there's dynamics people can't think about often, but that is like a whole, that's a thing. That's a thing. Talk to us about that.
I didn't know she rapped, so already 4.5 feet. I'm already 4.5 in. Yeah. So she used to sit in her car a lot. How are you doing in your car? You weird. You being weird. I'm the oldest sister, so I'm like, you're being weird, bro. Like, you're in the car every night. You're being secretive. I don't like this. We're sisters. Sisterhood. You tell us everything. What's going on with you? Yeah. So she's like, I'll rap. You rap? Rap what? You're playing. You're joking. You rap. Whatever. But when she told me, it's like, I laughed at it, but it's like, okay, I'm going to take you serious because, like, it's my sister. Why would I not? Like, I put so much into everybody else. Let's go. Right. Took it to the studio. Banged it out like she's been rapping for 10 years. I'm not making this up because it's my sister. Yeah. And I've been in the studio with a lot of people. Yeah. I'm talking about, she probably has over 100 and something songs already banged out. Like, and nobody's never heard him yet. Vault is incredible. Insane. But on the sibling thing, is like, you're my best sister. You're telling me what to do. So it's like, you can be so great though. Like, real shit. Sister rivalry is sister rivalry, whether it be in professional or business. I mean, personal or professional. Like, it's. I don't want to push her too much and risk messing up an incredible artist because I sang with that dude, the artist too. Yeah. So I just kind of let her be herself. I don't want to take credit for anything. I do provide her whatever she need. Why wouldn't I? Because I literally have the lock and the key over here. So it's like, you put your own money behind yourself. This is what you want to do. I'm going to open the door for you. Like, and the rest is all on Rocket.
No, 100%.
She has literally went out here and made her own name for herself, platform. And then I'll be like, nope, Bip. Don't have nothing to do with it. Yep. By the way, stream Brick Baby, because I am her big sister. And her manager, Brick Baby, out on all platforms. Produced by Big Guy.
See, I didn't even have to say nothing. You're helping me do my job. Yeah. But I mean, and speaking of artists, shout out to Fly Girl Ren too. The tiniest girl rapper out here, man.
The hardest working.
The hardest working too. Shout out to Baltimore Bella too, because I interviewed her a while ago at Sneakerchella. This was the real ones who really watch this content. Remember this. We was at Sneakerchella and it was an impromptu interview. I was like, "Oh, we ain't seen each other in a while." I was like, "Yo, I get you on the same. I'm doing behind the scenes stuff," and I just interviewed her. And literally seconds later, her daughter's performing at the show. And I'm like, oh, man, we got to set this up. We got to figure this out. All the schedules is everywhere. Everybody's super busy. But we going to figure it out. And it's crazy because, you're here now. So we can probably we can make that happen.
Yeah.
I definitely want to feature a lot of the youth talent that's in Baltimore because I think that's one of the things that we don't really highlight as much. And there are some really talented kids out. Insanely talented. Shout out to Lil Zay too.
Zay, I am a super duper fan of Zay. He knows it. I'm like one of
shout Extravagant Dad, Extravagant Mom, all the family. Man, it's so many super talent. It's like the talent in Baltimore is so unrivaled. Yeah. Everybody always talk about.
Shout out to the parents. These parents are putting their dreams or their professions on hold
to big up their kids.
Big up their kid. Do you know how much that takes of a person to say, "Not me.
You.
I'm gonna push you."
Yeah, real
and
talk.
These kids are skyrocketing.
They're insane.
Best decision these parents ever made.
They're insane.
Like you said, shout out to Malcolm and Crystal, Extravagant Mom and Dad. Really good friends of mine. Bones, he know what's up. If y'all know him, you know Bones.
You know Bones, right.
Bones, but
still got a 16. Still got 16 in the
tux.
You
know what's going on, and you see that he put that push on his son, and Zay naturally. If you ever met Zay, this is what he wants to do. He's a superstar.
40 years old mentally. Mentally, he's smarter than you.
He has better blueprints than me. He knows what he wants to do 5 years from now.
Yeah, real
tough. He's been on major stages.
Yeah.
So shout out to all the parents and their kids that's doing their thing. Keep putting a push behind the children. Keeping them on positive.
Yeah, for sure. And all of these records that are out, there's so many songs y'all can listen to. I don't want to miss any of them, but all of the artists we've listened to, mentioned, and we obviously listen to them, but you should listen to them too. They have music out. And speaking of music, is it true that you have 2 unreleased songs?
Hey, yo, not finished, don't count. If it's not finished, don't count. So an ex-boyfriend of mine wrote me a song to take it to the O, right? And I recorded it at Greenlight before it was Greenlight, right? Richie and the guys. KP was up there.
Big shout out KP, man.
Not KP. Well, not KP.
Okay.
But I think his name's KPX.
KPX, okay.
Yeah.
Shout out KPX too.
Yeah, shout out KPX. I haven't seen the guy in a while. He's an incredible artist too. So I paid my boyfriend at the time paid for the studio time, and I was like, you know what? Yeah. I just wanted to see something. I don't know. This is how I know I'm not a rapper, so I promise you guys, as a manager, I'm not trying to step on your toes. I'm not the manager that wants to be a rapper because I tried it, didn't work, hate my voice, worse than Young Miami.
Wow.
Okay, that's all I'm going to say.
Wow.
And I actually like my Young Miami, just on Carisha Please. Kind of like how I like me on radio.
Yeah.
Boom.
Yeah.
Never going to hear him. I have a song with Rocket. It's never gonna come out.
Why not?
Because it's not. It's just we were playing.
Oh, come on.
We were playing.
It could be 5.
That makes 3 then.
Technically 3.
I have 3.
Technically 3.
Y'all never gonna hear that.
Unfinished, unreleased records.
Matt, please, because everybody already be like, I promise you.
You got half
think
an
I'm a rapper.
You have half an EP. No. All you gotta do is get 2 R&B joints. Just you know what I mean? Get a singer from, I don't know, East Baltimore, West Baltimore.
Me, but I promise you, they're not going to tell me the truth about my music.
I would bump the project. Come on.
Nope.
I would bump the project. Come on, man. I would feature it on this show.
What's crazy is I ain't going to do that.
Go ahead.
But if I ever did, I promise you, just off of likability, the popularity.
It'd probably be crazy.
It probably would.
You probably.
But I'm not going to do it.
I'm just saying, man.
If I want to make me a cool theme song for myself to come out to my open shows, and then that's it. I'll stop there.
Okay. I feel it. So, I mean, like you said, you've even been in the studio, but you've been next to artists being in their elements. You've helped and cultivated artists. You've, seen artists fail, right? I want to talk to you about the other side of management that a lot of people don't really get to discuss or at least hear about from other managers of, the moment where it doesn't work out, right? The moment where an artist, either isn't ready to be on this stage, isn't doing artist level work. You know what I mean? Like, they aren't, like, really locked in enough to really produce the way an artist should.
Yeah.
Or even people that show up late to shows, or people that are, like, you know, just not really taking it as seriously. Like, tell me about the moment where it doesn't go so well with an artist, and how do you handle that space?
One, I don't manage everybody, so, like,
yeah,
for
true.
some reason, I'm the more noticeable face at every show. Everybody comes to me with their problems as an artist. Bip, fix it. You don't pay me. I'm not your manager. But no, like, I've seen artists legit crash out, like, because they put so much time into it and they put so much money into it. And I might be a great artist. I got the buzz. I got the most high quality engineer, studio, recording. I got access to this celebrity and that celebrity. And then it's like, you're not ready. Now you're overly confident. Somebody put batteries in your back and set you up for failure. You know, without managing artists, developing is a thing.
Ooh,
that's a thing.
Oh my goodness.
Practicing is a thing.
It's a thing.
Set music is a thing. How can you be a package artist? Who told you guys that the chain didn't make you an artist?
Yeah.
And that's what they think. So a lot of time they get up there and they not ready. And
at
they
all.
Prematurely, and you don't know who watching you, like you said. And we talk, managers.
Oh yeah.
A&Rs.
They talking while
talk.
you're doing your set.
Yeah. And later on, we at the radio station talking about how I thought you had, and then we saying this artist out because what you sound like in that studio is not what you sound like on that stage.
Facts.
You know, so just work on yourself. Go home. Get some type of practice space. Get a set music where you got your 5 minute, your 10 minute, your 15, a 20 minute big stage. That's rolling loud. Get those together.
Talk.
Nobody tells you guys that.
Yeah.
Nobody.
Not at all.
and they letting y'all go out here and crash out. And then y'all crying to me. And it's like, money can't even fix it now, you know? So don't think I'm going to take your money, because I've turned down a lot of incredible artists. Probably could get a Grammy with them, but, like, they attitude probably wasn't mean there. I can't even take you nowhere.
Yeah,
you know? Like, I've gotten turned down from deals that could have financially backed artists that I had because a person didn't like their personal self, like who they are without the mask. And I'm like... That sucks for a manager, because it's like, what can I do with this artist now?
Nothing.
Not
a thing. That's
so don't
insane.
ever think it's a get rich quick thing, because it's not. Because it's like, if the pieces aren't there, I can't even buy my way into a deal. Like, you know, so, you know, think about that sometimes, you guys. Just, you know, don't be overly confident. Nobody's perfect. Work hard, ask questions, hook up with people like you, myself. You know, people around you who actually have been doing it, because you can learn what not to do from somebody too.
Ooh,
it's a lot of failed, incredible artists in Baltimore that I still hang around. Is because you can learn what not to do sometimes from people.
That's another bar, man. That's a gem, man. I'm telling you.
All.
Like, I think, oh man, that is so rarely said. It's like people always look out to find what they should do. Look out to find what you shouldn't. Like, understand what performances are bad. Understand what connections and interactions are bad, and what not to take from that.
And like, stop listening to y'all homeboys. They be lying to y'all. Yeah, that's that shit. No, it's not, bro. We don't like it. Nobody else does. Nobody likes it. No, don't run it back. We got this thing. It's an inside joke. We didn't ask you to run it back.
Hey, yo.
Promise.
I'm thinking about that meme of Bow Wow and John's Family Vacation throwing the CDs out the window. Shut. Like, it's... honestly, like, you got to have people around you that's honest. That's going to tell you whether or not it's it or not. Not your homeboys, for sure.
No. They just trying to get in the club free, bro.
No facts. No facts.
That is it. Bro. They just want you to buy the bottle.
Don't get me started.
No. Don't listen.
Do not get me started. Shout my homies though. So I think every time I sit down with an artist or a manager or a business owner or XYZ in this seat across from them, I always think about the moments that built them. I always think about the puzzle pieces that made their lives, right? And I think it's so many full circle moments, right? Because a lot of the things you were seeing in that production background, in that PR, in that, and even in the hosting background, even in the early management background, a lot of those things you saw early are things that are making so much sense now as an elder, like, statesman in the spaces you've been in, right? And full circle moments matter. there's a bag I'm thinking about. There's a specific bag, like a Keisha Cole sponsored Michael Kors bag.
Hey yo,
like that bag pops up somewhere very important.
Yeah.
Tell us where it pops up.
Lil Black, I blew your phone line.
Big shout, Lil Black.
Damn,
also,
didn't I?
Friend of the show interview.
Didn't I blow your phone line down? I want everything on the radio, okay? Like, my aunt had this, like, system for calling the radio, okay?
Everybody
worked like a charm, okay? Every time. I think they put those rules about can't call within 3 days because of her. She wore them lines out. But I want a Keisha Cole sponsored bag. And I was so excited about it. Went up to the radio station, got it. First time I ever been to the radio station.
Yeah.
Then I just like kept winning stuff after that. I won the first ever Cardi B tickets. That cost the whole fight. I never made it.
Reading my notes.
Never made it there. Never made it Cardi, okay? Because I was coming, girl. But I probably would have like made a connection there that night. You don't know. Like you said, full circle.
Full circle.
I even felt like then, like, if I don't go to these places, I don't do these things, I'm missing out on opportunity. Because that's what I do. Like, I feel it. I got to do it. I don't care what nobody say. I got to go. Like, my family, my friends, my business partners, they know. Like, if I feel it, I don't care what nobody
I'm outside.
I'm gone. Got to go there. Got to be there. Got to get there, you know. But, yeah, I won that little bag on the radio. You know, it's Tupac for real. 92Q has been great to me. Like you said, Full Circle is a funny thing because, like, I am across from the K-Swift Memorial.
Literally across from it.
I cry like a baby when she passed.
You can see that cutout right there.
Right there. And it's like the energy coming from there, greatness pouring from there, just walking in that building, you know, having Lil Black be on the radio. I was just telling my business partner, like, bro, I was on 92Q. I thought I was only on AM radio. I'm on FM radio too. Like, so it's still like dang, this is my life thing to me. Like, real and talk. I don't feel the way people feel about me. I don't feel like that. I'm a regular person. I do what I do. I like doing what I do. It make me happy.
Yeah.
It make me, it generally is not about money. Like, I like doing what I'm doing. I like being this cool person. Kids think I'm cool. I look cool. You know, like, whatever.
For sure. I think that's another thing that I think gets lost a lot in the careers that we look up to very often is like, from their perspective, they're just living their lives, right? Like, they're living the thing, even if they didn't see it coming, right? Like, things miraculous happen all the time. But, like, when it happens in their lives and your life, you know, it just feels like, oh, I've put the work in. And this might have been a little bit on the luck side, but a lot of the reason I made that opportunity that was lucky happen was because of the work I put in.
Yep.
You know, it's not just the big opportunity, because people get opportunities that are huge all the time. You get in the same room with Lil Baby. You get in the same room with whoever.
What?
But, like, what will you do when you're there?
Yep.
And the work you put in early, and this is me giving you your flowers, of course, because, you know, the work you put in early matters so much. It's so foundational for where the rooms you are in now, because you are moving and shaking in those rooms in the best way and super successful. So big shout to you.
Thank you.
Huge flowers to you, because you're making it happen. I just love to see that for not just black people, but a black woman in this space, because it's so little black women in this, like,
and they don't take pity on me either. They treat me like a equal in this business.
Yeah, for sure. You earned it. You earned being as like you on my shoulder. Like, we, you know what I mean? Like, you know what I mean? Yeah. So yeah, big shout out to you. And I mean, you know, even I gotta mention 1924 music group. Board of you're on the board, first of all.
I was for a while.
I think that was chief of operations, right?
Yeah, I was the chief of operations over there for a little bit. Yeah. Like I said, everybody has good and bad experiences.
Of course.
I met some incredible people there. Like I said, I met some legendary people. Kwee Martin, I didn't know about her until I went over there. Like, is she like one of the best kept secrets in Baltimore?
Has to be, right?
You know what I mean? Like, her track record says,
insane.
I've been made it. You know what I mean? And like, I got to rub elbows with, you know, rough ends and people like that. And I was like, wow, like, we getting somewhere now. Yeah. But he has done an incredible job of keeping it together over the years, you know. And it didn't work out there for me just because his stuff didn't align with what I wanted to do. I wanted more, you know, and I don't like being kept in a bubble. Like, you know, you give me a name, just anybody. It's because you give me a name, I gotta really fill them shoes. Like, I gotta feel like I fit there, I'm on. I gotta go something else. And I'm glad stepping stones.
Yeah,
I'm glad I did that because without that I wouldn't have been here, and without that I wouldn't be here. So I'm appreciative to everybody and anything that I've done up until this point and beyond. I really am.
No, 100%, and that matters. That matters. Like the places you've been and the stepping stones, like you said, elevate you to new heights in your career. And I got a couple more things for you because you've done a lot. Speaking of the Q, speaking of stepping stones, speaking of being in rooms with people you didn't expect, like big names have always surrounded you. Like I think you brought Dream Doll here. Like shout out IZM 400 by the way, because all right. So here's the thing. I've been in the rooms of planning to bring artists into Baltimore or bring them to do parties or bring them to do pop-ups or whatever. And that isn't always an easy conversation to have, especially when a lot of people don't want to put up that money. I'm not going to get into that. I'm not even going to get into it. But it is a very logistically difficult thing to make happen, especially if you're not very versed in it or like you haven't done it before. It's like it takes a lot of work. Yeah. I'm seeing you put that work in everywhere else. So, of course, if you're in the vicinity of this, I can see it happening, no matter what artist it is. And I'm putting that into your future. The biggest artist that's ever going to come to Baltimore. Yeah.
Dream Doll wasn't my pick, though.
What's
crazy is, do you want to know who originally was going to be casted for that?
I would love to know.
The original person was Eazy-E's daughter.
Yeah. She's incredible.
I had her remarkable. She's remarkable, okay?
Yeah.
I had her on the line. She like, bruh, just, you feel me? And people didn't even know who he was, so we ain't gonna say no name.
Excuse me?
They invited him, actually, but,
Huh?
I was like, bruh, who am I planning this with?
Wow.
Who am I planning? I'll just fall to the back because I'm always the only woman on the team. So I fell to the back, Dream Doll, the big booty one. That's how she won that. But, when y'all do book these major artists, right, make sure they show y'all the same love that we showing them because they here for a job too. It's about a check at the end of the day.
Facts.
So it's like, what came from it wasn't what I thought, but that's how things work out. That was our first run with it. I feel like we did incredible. We didn't have as much support from the city as we thought because unfortunately this city is so like why does it matter who did it first? Why does it matter? Just come be a part of greatness. You feel me? Come turn each other up.
Yeah, for real.
But like you said, shout out to 400. Whatever, that whole team that was on that project, we had everybody down, even Squirrel Wide came through, so it was a big thing to me.
Yeah, real talk.
We dropped something in the middle of Lake Cliff. It was a big thing, It was nice. We had fun out there. We really put new levels of expectations to everybody else out here. We set the bar high.
Yeah. For sure. Yeah. You're connected with Project Pat as well. Done booking. I did. I was up at the performance he did at Euphoria.
Oh, okay.
And shout out to my cousin DJ Twisted.
When he just came here, right?
Yeah,
that's the first day I ever not met him, but I met his team.
Boom. Big shout out his team too. They was super dope. They was super cool.
Shout out to Project Barry.
Big shout out Project Barry.
Project Barry is like, you know. If you don't know, you better find out. Like
100%.
Socket plug. That's all I'm gonna say.
Facts.
That's all I'm gonna say. Just being a good person go a long way sometimes. You don't never know who you're gonna meet. You never know, like you said. What's crazy is he was at Riff on the Cliff.
Yeah.
Project Barry was at Riff on the Cliff.
Yeah.
He booked an artist. I didn't know back then he worked for. You never know. Shout out to my guy. They always show me love. We'll actually be up in New York soon with them next month. I believe September the 20th. They'll be out. The Juicy J Project Pack show. They just dropped. They are dropping a brother album, which is great. Everybody doesn't know it, but I found out recently. I was today years old when I found out they were brothers. They were brothers.
Yeah.
Real brothers. Mother and father raised in the same household.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Which is,
look at that.
Talk about talented houses.
Yeah.
Man. Yeah, no, that is,
mind blowing. That's how I feel. Like
mind blowing.
What? I get to sing Chicken Head on stage.
Boom on stage, bro.
From the project.
It's insane.
It's like my favorite record
of all time. And speaking of incredible rappers, speaking of incredible artists, Young Easy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like man, friend of the show. We got a scheduling thing we're gonna figure out. He's gonna be up here soon, but incredible artist. Like, I think there are certain artists that are generational, and I think he fits in that mode of even before. And here's the thing, I don't care about who like backed you. I don't care about who.
It did matter.
It does.
It did.
It does.
It does.
But in terms of how my eye is for an artist, like, I don't care who co-signed you. Like, I'm really listening to the music when I'm listening to you, because I'm really I'm a really deep hip hop head. You know, he's a generational rapper, like, in a real way. And people, if you don't know, if you haven't found out yet, you will find out very soon. If you probably already heard, but probably was too dumb to understand. But here's the thing, you don't see talent like that every day.
No.
And I think with you in his corner, I think this is a match made in heaven, because the work you put in and the work he puts in the studio, and even just on some bullshit, you know, coming up with one of the craziest 16s you've ever heard, is like perfect. You know, it matches so well. So tell us about like that connection with Young Easy and like some of the things you got, you know, in the works there.
About like Silly Rob. Not only is he an artist, he's my friend, he's my brother.
Yeah.
I don't care about him just in music. I care about how he feels every day. I care about where he is mentally, because I do see he's gonna be somebody great. And I don't want to lose a great rapper. You know where we come from.
Hell yeah.
You know what mental health. You know,
Facts.
like.
That's
we
so
know
real.
where we come from. So the pressure of being the person in your family that can change everybody's life, you ain't never felt that before. You know, I'm talking about he stays the week in the studio, like live there, move in there for the week, you know, and he genuinely wants friends, family around him when he does these things. And I believe he's such a great person. He puts such great stress on himself because he has all these responsibilities as an artist, and he know where it's gonna go. And I believe in him, you know, and I get to see his process. We fall out sometimes, you know, because I'm like, you're gonna do this, and you have to. You know,
like a sibling, right? It's like a sibling thing. Of course,
we're
you're
almost there.
Out.
Like, don't give up, you know, like. But you need people like that. Same thing with me, bro. You making a wrong decision, bro. Even though I book for him and stuff, like, he makes his own decisions. You know, he knows what he wants to do. He has a blueprint. If you don't fit in the blueprint, he will off you, okay?
Facts.
Hire and fire, okay? That establishment hire and fires. But it's because he knows what he wants. And he know what he want out of it. He's taken the distance already. If we talking about artists in Baltimore who's taking the distance, y'all hate to give him his credit. Young Easy has taken the distance. And now he's about to take it another distance, you know? And it's just, I want to see him grow up in music. I want to see the next level, because that's where it go at from here. Don't get stuck here. You got to push. Don't give up. Like, if anybody want to know the greatest story that ever, like, I probably have to give that to Young Easy for real. He don't get enough credit in this city.
Not at all.
Nope.
He gets.
But that relationship is something that just happened naturally. Level. He knew about me. People kept telling me about him, his cousins, people around me. Like, you never heard of Young Easy? No, I haven't. But it's like everybody else. Drop me his page. I'll listen. And then he has stories. He is a storyteller.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I like this.
Yes.
This is relatable.
See?
Like, I can push this. You feel me? Like, and he's taken me as a manager to new heights. I've been in the rooms where it's 50, 60 OTF men, guys from Jadakiss and people, and we out in Miami, and the bosses in there. I'm talking about the real chains. The big kids are in here, and they talking about money, and they talking about where we gonna go after this. What's the next level? They talking about albums dropping. And I was like, bro, this the big leads right here.
Real talk.
So if, like, in my journey, that was a great impact, because I got to see next level artistry.
Facts.
You know, package artists. Like, you know, shout out to Young Easy.
Big shout out to Young Easy,
see
man.
some stuff from him.
Yeah, I already know
I can't even tell you. He's so
the shit in the works is
he
probably insanity. So
insanity.
Yeah, no, 100%.
Yeah,
Please
y'all can expect to see good things for him right now. Right now, he's out on. He's dropping everything on Rock Nation distribution. So he's elevating.
Big shout out to him
levels.
too. Yeah.
Yep.
That's huge. That's definitely huge. And man, it's so many places you've been, so many artists you've rubbed shoulders with, connected with, managed, did PR for, marketed, etc. The list goes on. What for the audience who are watching and listening, Like, what can we expect now? I mean, you talked about moving to the next level. You talked about doing the stepping stones of getting to new heights and being in new rooms and being treated as an equal there. Like, what comes next from all of that story up till now?
I'm just protecting my energy right now. I'm protecting my peace. I know who I am. Y'all done screwed up now because I know I'm the biggest. I know it's my turn. But I'm very like this with my stuff right now. Like, I've been through a lot, you know. I'm very protective of my ideas and my next move. So, like, I don't want to get everybody too much, but
sure.
Y'all can expect more of me on radio, more of me on your big screen. Oh, yeah. Also, I got a project coming out called The Godmother with Pressure TV Network. It's the docuseries. You get to see me, BippedByBae, doing all the stuff you actually talked about today. So, thank you for that wonderful drop. Because I needed it. But, yeah, I'm going over there with you, Biggs, from New York, giving people opportunities here in Baltimore. If you don't know, go find out, you know, Little Baddies in Baltimore. That's not all they have going on. Yeah. But he's diverse. He has the baddies on wheels over there. You can't compete with that. But, like I said, check that project out. Only on Pressure TV Network. Only dropping there, okay? You can't get it nowhere else. So subscribe. It's going to be out soon. I'm going to drop y'all a little teaser, but we currently recording right now. And you just get to see BippedByBae and be in her light. So maybe I'll drop some hints in there of what I got coming up next. Maybe you'll see some of those people that you said today in that project. And, you know, y'all gotta catch up with me on the gram. So, yeah, just follow me for real. And like I said, I'm just protecting my energy. And I want to know what's next for me because I don't even know right now.
No, 100%.
I don't even know what's tomorrow. Like, the possibilities right now for me are very infinite. And I know that now. So the key is a strong team and just keep working.
No, 100%. Definitely keep working. And, I mean, I said this in the beginning. I didn't want to start the interview with this, but, I mean, you recently dealt with, like, a pretty significant situation that left the front of your home damaged pretty severely. I believe a car had skipped the curb and, like, hit the front of your house.
He Mario Karted into my house, okay?
Legit
Mario Karted. 75-year-old man, but he was okay, though. I felt really bad. Like, oh, my God, did he die? But he didn't die.
Thank God.
He's okay, thank God.
Thank God your family is okay.
Yeah,
You're
I wasn't there.
Yeah.
See, my team is so on point. Like, if they tell me to be somewhere, I listen. Gotta be there. And that saved my life that day because I wasn't there. The rest of my children are in school, but me and the baby was there because I just had a baby. So me and my 1-year-old was there. Thank you. Me and my 1-year-old was there, and he was, like, just playing in the living room. You know, and all that day we took the back door. I don't know what was it. I bought my groceries through the back. I was about to go to the grocery store, come back. I left my card.
That's something from above.
Came back.
You can't explain.
I went to my business partner house. I was paying my tolls. I don't know why. I'm so like, Anyway, I be doing one thing and then start doing something else. So I stayed there for too long. I got a phone call, and they like, "Are you okay? Is your house okay?" I'm like, "I was just there." Brushed out the house. When I got there, I broke down because I'm like, all my hard work. What am I doing wrong? What did I do? But you can't control everything around you. And I'm somebody who like to control all my pieces. So I didn't know how to really deal with that. But I'm dealing with it. It's like, shout out to Red Cross. They came through.
Big shout
Bless
out Red
me.
Cross.
I've never been in a disaster. Yes, please donate to them.
Donate to Red Cross.
Because you're going to need them one day and you're going to be very upset. They cover all disaster relief funds. So if you have a crisis like that, your house set on fire, nobody's telling you these things, call Red Cross. They might can get you some help. They've very much been emotional support for me because I feel like I'm okay, but am I really? Like, I gotta keep going. I'm never, like, stopping. I gotta keep going. Sure, the whole front of my house is gone. I gotta be to work tomorrow. I gotta go to the kids' school. I gotta reach partnership. I gotta host there, and then I got radio after that. Like, I can't stop. So it's like, nobody got hurt. Everything's fine. I'm okay physically, mentally, emotionally. I'm fine. So, just keep going. I can't stop right there. Like, that's like a speed bump compared to roller coasters I've been through.
Yeah, facts.
Yep.
It's been an incredible journey, and I'm personally glad that you and your family are okay. And of course, I'm always going to be here if you need anybody to talk to as a radio host or radio host.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I don't know you very much, but I mean, I will say mental health, like you said, is very important, and even having somebody to talk to. Even if you don't want them to respond, just to hear what you have to say, I'm here. You know what I mean? And I want to make sure your mental health is good because, man, that's really all we got. You know what I mean? Yep. At the end of the day, you got to go home and live with your mind and go to bed with your mind and deal with the things you've dealt with. Not just today, not just this week, not just this year, but all of it.
All of it.
And that can take a toll. So if you need anything, you know what I mean? You know who to call because you got my number.
I think I'm gonna start an artist crisis line because all of these artists call me independent artist crisis line. Are you okay today? For real, because that's what my phone's become. It's a great idea. Maybe that's something we could do together.
We'll talk. We'll talk. That's all you get. But man, you heard it first, man. BippedByBae is in the building, man. It's always a pleasure. Best interview I ever did. It's been a pleasure. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. BippedByBae is here, man. I mean, I appreciate you for coming out, and I look forward to everything you got going on. Even more artists, more videos, more looks, more modeling. Fashion Week, by the way, New York Fashion Week. We didn't talk about that Armory Arena in New York.
Didn't go.
You know what I'm saying? There's gonna be more things like that. There's gonna be more things like that. But there's so many things that you have in store. So many things that you've gone through in your journey that you checked off the boxes that people can't even think about checking off. Right? So many people you've met that people can't even think about getting in the same room with, let alone meeting. Right? Made impressions on people. Made lives change. All of these things are so important, and I'm just so glad that I was able to highlight them today. And really remind you of the great work that you've done in your life.
Thank you.
And before you leave, I got to leave you with a short, sacred Baltimore proverb, and that is, keep doing what you're doing.
Thank you.
Absolutely. Man.
Thank you.
Yours
Thank
truly.
You so much.
Absolutely, no problem. That's why I'm here. I gotta put these stories on my platform.
I gotta keep listening to him because this is the greatest interview ever anybody has done on me. Dug it up. Okay, if you haven't already, stop by, holla at your boy Mike on the mic.
Yeah, holla at your boy Mike on the mic, man. We here at Ground 3 Studios. Anywhere I'm at, the podcast is here, the radio show is here. But thank you so much once again, man. It's Mike on the mic from the Vibe Circuit Podcast. Tapped in my guys from Ground 3 Radio, DJ OK. Make sure you call in at 443-377-1872. Again, the number is 443-377-1872. Leave a message about BippedByBae, one of her artists, one of the things she's done, and so many things. You can pick one and be there for 3 hours talking about one. But, man, it's always been a pleasure, and keep it locked from Vibe Studios and Ground 3. Let's keep the vibe alive, man. Peace. We out of here. We gone.